As we move into the next section, we will examine one of the most critical, yet often underestimated aspects of workplace investigations: documentation integrity. A workplace investigation is ultimately judged not only by the quality of the interviews conducted or the conclusions reached, but also by the reliability and defensibility of the records created throughout the process. Good investigative work can be significantly weakened if the documentation is incomplete, inaccurate, poorly controlled, or unable to demonstrate how information was collected and evaluated. Documentation serves several important purposes. It creates a reliable record of what was said, what evidence was reviewed, what decisions were made, and how the investigator reached the final conclusions. In situations where an investigation is later challenged by an employee, a union, a regulator, or a court, the investigation file becomes the foundation for demonstrating that the process was fair, objective, and based on evidence. However, documentation is not simply about writing down everything that happens. Investigators must understand the difference between recording information and creating evidence. Notes, interview records, signed statements, electronic files, and final findings each serve different purposes and must be managed differently. In this section, we will explore the discipline required to create accurate investigative notes, including how to capture information objectively without introducing personal assumptions or conclusions. We will also examine correction protocols, because changes made to investigative records must be transparent and traceable. Improper edits or unexplained alterations can undermine the credibility of the entire investigation. We will then discuss the use of signed statements and the importance of confirming that an interview record accurately reflects the participant's account. A properly managed statement provides clarity, reduces future disputes, and strengthens the evidentiary value of the investigation. Another key area is the chain of custody for interview records. Just as physical and digital evidence must be tracked, investigative records must also be protected from unauthorized changes, loss, or inappropriate disclosure. Maintaining a clear record of who created, accessed, transferred, or stored investigative materials is essential for demonstrating integrity. We will also examine secure storage and access control. Workplace investigations often contain highly sensitive information, including personal details, allegations of misconduct, and confidential employee information. Investigators must ensure that records are protected and only accessible to individuals with a legitimate need to know. Finally, we will discuss one of the most important distinctions in investigative practice: the difference between notes, evidence, and findings. Notes capture what was observed or reported. Evidence consists of information that can be evaluated to determine facts. Findings are the reasoned conclusions reached after analyzing all available evidence. Confusing these categories can create significant problems, including premature judgments and challenges to the fairness of the investigation. Ultimately, documentation integrity is about creating a trustworthy investigative record. A well-documented investigation does not simply show what happened, it demonstrates how the investigator reached a fair and defensible conclusion based on reliable information. In the following sections, we will examine each of these documentation principles in greater detail.